training. Start training first. No things to do. Start weekly training. Alhamdulillah. Hello. Malam ini kita sambung Madden 17. Terasa tutup dia punya music. Semalam buat live dia minta copyright. Susah kan, apa untung pun. Tak apalah, kita fokus dengan kita punya game malam ni. Malam ni kita akan lawan dengan Chargers. Sekejap kita setting live Facebook. Siapa yang ada ikut YouTube, sila boleh juga ke Facebook Dudu Gaming X. Cari page Dudu Gaming X. Kita ada buat link kat situ lah. Kita bukan saja main Madden, kita ada main Watch Dogs 2, Assassin's Creed, PES, ada game lain lagi ni Wildlands. Week 5. Sekarang ni kita dah masuk week 5. Semalam menang 34-7 rasanya. Ini kita lawan Chargers, Tennessee Chargers. Macam mana je Tennessee ni? Like, share, follow, subscribe guys. Boleh tolong like, share. Saya memang minat Raiders daripada dulu lagi. Sorry lah, sunyi lah, tak ada muzik. Spoil lah. Link belum. Get the link. Copy. Alright. Week 5 Madden 17. Madden 20 belum ada duit. Berapa ratus tu satu tu. Tengah uploading. Okay, dah keluar. Belum. Reload. Okay, first sekali kita training dulu. Kita akan pergi training terlebih dahulu. Hari ini kita start training medium pass ke flats. Okay, no problem.
fellas. We've got to have a great practice today. There's no other
Come on,
option.
guys.
We've got 17
Come on,
weeks. We
training
strap it up and we get better
for
each
the
week.
big games.
This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it. All right? So let's get at it.
Raiders punya quarterback Derek Carr. So sekarang ni belajar passing. Okay, continue. Rehat. Nice catch. Simple ya tradingnya. Again. Oh, lepas. One more time. Throw to, okay. Bulat. Passing tu agak tricky sikit sebab terpaksa tunggunya. Tricky sikit sebab kena timing betul. Yes, go. Hook. Yeah, pass. Okay, next. Run the curl flag concept, complete the pass. Rehat. Go. Yes. Timing is important, guys. Bila jadi quarterback, timing is important. Oh. Take a pass. Okay. Go. Intercept. Untuk main football, intercept memang sangat bahaya. Orang akan touchdown terus dan dapat point. Still.
Gentlemen, achieving our goals starts right here on the practice field. I can't stress that enough. You all know we have lofty goals for this season. If you want to achieve those goals, we gotta raise our game. Today just wasn't good enough. So next practice, we have to be much better.
Brown.
Here we go! Red 18! Red 18!
Running. Stopping the outside red kid. Cantik. Blitz. Ni kita panggil sebagai blitz. Blitz tu akan serbu masuk. Go. Boom. Coverage.
We ready? Wide at the 8! Wide at the 8!
Coverage.
We ready? Wide at the 8! Wide at the 8! Alright, here we go! Wide at the 8! Wide at the 8!
bagus juga. Baik.
All right, here we go. Wide and eight. Wide. All right, here we go. Wide and eight. Wide. All right, here we go.
One more
Red
time.
18. Red 18. We ready? Red 18. Red 18. Here we go. Wide and eight. Wide and eight.
Bila nak habis?
All right, here we go. Wide and eight. Wide.
Hey man, listen, great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team. And as long as you keep moving in the right direction, we're gonna be just fine.
Goal. Training complete. Play season game. Play full game. Oh, San Diego, sorry, salah. Tennessee Titan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It would be no surprise if today's matchup turns into a grinded-out affair. The Raiders are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Chargers, who will need to be sharp on offense. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading them out is a guy who's been a Raider starter since day 1. In his 3rd season now, it's Derek Carr.
And the Raiders believed in him enough to select him, so we knew that they liked him. But after they watched him play as a rookie, they realized they had their quarterback, and they wanted to build around him. Remember last year they drafted Amari Cooper to get him a #1 receiver, and they fortified the offensive line to make sure they could protect him. They know they have their #1 guy for a while, and they want it to continue that way.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
To draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
We ready? Wide and yank. Wide and yank.
Walford in motion, the tight end. Now Carr going to give it to Murray on the draw play. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. Well, sometimes we talk running backs, sometimes we talk wide receivers. Walford, the tight end in this unit, very important.
Clive Walford, a terrific player. Knows how to work the inside portions of the field, but also can surprise you and get deep.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
On first down, Carr. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it a 2nd down. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Jason Verrett may not have ideal size as a cornerback, but no one plays the ball better in the air than the guy I call Mighty Mouse.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Carr. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. Carr going to try and throw on third down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by Phillip Rivers in his 13th NFL season, and now, Charles, his 11th as the Charger starter. Quite a run.
It has been a terrific run, and somewhere Charger greats of the past are just looking at Phillip Rivers and saying he's the exact guy to follow in the chain. You know, they've always had guys who could throw it really well, big-time receivers, put up big numbers on offense. Phillip Rivers was the exact right guy to be in San Diego.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The 11 offensive starters for the Chargers of San Diego on your screen, and one of them who provides a lot of experience, certainly Danny Woodhead.
Love him. We think of him as a third down back, catching the ball out of the backfield, creating first downs, but he can run it inside. He did it quite effectively at Chadron State in Nebraska, set big-time records in Division II.
They run again with Woodhead. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Reggie Nelson is a safety who prides himself on being a ball hawk, but at times will guess and sometimes give up the big play.
Extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Oakland after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Caught left side to Crabtree. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this one is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Carr to throw on 2nd down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Open man is Holmes. Where they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
We ready? Wide and yank. Wide and yank. Set.
Carr now on 1st down. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Raiders a 1st down. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well, and most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Hey. You got three. Three down. All right, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
Again, it's Carr. It's caught by Clive Walford. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Every quarterback likes having a reliable target at tight end, and I think young quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the ball in their hands quickly. I think these two, Derek Carr and Clive Walford, that's a pretty good connection for years to come for Oakland.
Yeah, he started to come on strong end of his rookie year. Now the Raiders really hoping for that second-year jump out of Walford. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Into the red zone, it's Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Murray the lone setback. Now Carr again. Here's Wolford over the middle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Carr to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man now is Danny Woodhead. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now San Diego getting set to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Keenan Allen, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And as the referee is under the hood, and we're seeing this as well, he's watching the knee, isn't he?
Similar to a bang-bang play in baseball where you're listening to the sound of the ball hitting the glove at first base while watching the runner's foot hit the base. Which one came first? Did the knee hit the ground, or did the ball come loose? This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Rivers now gives to Woodhead, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
We ready? Wide and yay! Wide and yay!
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Fighting through. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Raiders played well en route to a victory last week, and today it's been more of the same. The Chargers will have to figure out a way to make a comeback in the second half. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Now it's early in the second. The catch will be made in double coverage, and he'll end up at their own 45-yard line before being tackled. Continuing on the drive, middle of the field, the pass will be caught, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. The Raiders push the lead to 10.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. On the ground, this is Woodhead. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. Here comes the Charger defense now as they get set back out there. Throwing on first down is Carr. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18. Here we go. 50, 50. Set. Like 50.
Carr now on first down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18. Set.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Throwing his Carr on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and now it's fourth down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. And all was considered a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Edwards in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Woodhead. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and long for Rivers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. Slips past him. Where'd he go? Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. On that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18. Zebra. Zebra. Hey, we go rally. Rally.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. Got it complete to Crabtree. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball. Tips. Up in the air and knocks it away.
Here's Marquette King now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Woodhead. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
3rd and short yardage. Rivers to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Now that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run for it with Woodhead, and he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the first down with a couple of yards to spare.
Rivers on 1st down. And it's caught by the new pickup from Cleveland. It's Travis Benjamin. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Rivers now. It's complete right side to Benjamin. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's 2nd down.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
15 yards through the air on a 1st down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. He gets it left side to Johnson. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. One receiver left, that's Allen. To the air again here, Rivers. And that's complete to Gates. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Rivers again. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 1st down, Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, we saw him struggle last week. We're seeing him struggle again this week. We talked about it after last week's game, the type of coverage he was seeing. I think I'm seeing very similar blueprint.
That's what I was going to ask you. How often, when you see this back-to-back weeks, is it a defensive coordinator saying, hey, I'm just going to steal what that guy did?
And that's the best way to go about it. Don't try and become original each and every week. If it's working, use it. Put it into your game plan until they defeat it. And so far, that hasn't happened. Excellent coverage, knocking him off his timing. He can't get into his routes the way he wants to. And so far, the defense is winning.
And as these numbers show, last week, great game. This week, not the case.
And sometimes it's not just as simple as throwing the football. It's the rhythm of the game, managing it, being in sync with your teammates. Last week, everything was coming together really well. We're not seeing that so far in this one.
No, unfortunately not at all for him. To throw, Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now they're in the hurry-up. Rivers now on second down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They gotta have 6 here. It's third and goal. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking for someone to throw to. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance. It just was unsuccessful.
We ready?
On first down, Murray. And he'll get this one. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. The tackle by the rookie, Joey Bosa. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. In motion left, that's Cooper. Again, it's Murray. And a short game. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he is going to lose yardage here. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Raiders, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.